Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Of course, if this is the first time you've ever been here, I hope you think about hitting that subscribe button, that notification bell, give me a big old thumbs up, and leave me a comment. This is some of the stuff that I have been doing in the last 6 weeks. This is all Christmas stuff. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to come on back and check out my channel. Okay, today I'm taking part in the Woodpeckers crafts. Now, this is a collab I'm a part of. I'll get to a little bit more information as we go. Let's just dive into this first project right off the bat. Okay, this is the truck with the Christmas tree on the back. This is all the projects and all the wood I'm using today, except for a couple of little tumbling tower blocks. Everything is from Woodpecker Crafts. Okay, these are thick. They're not this thin wood. As you can see, I'm drawing on it the tires, where the truck ends and the tree begins. I'm just using a pencil and getting this stuff all drawn out. Then I'm going to start painting it. Okay, I'm using Folk Art Agave paint, and that is the color going to be of the truck, and I'm just completely coating it. It takes one coat to cover this wood. It's really a really good wood product, and I really enjoyed it. It's very smooth. I don't have to hardly do any sanding or anything. So here I am just finishing up this agave, and then I'm going to move on to the next part of this project. I'm just going around where the headlight will be and the bumper, and just getting that done. Then I'm going to go in with Fern from Folk Art. These are all chalk paints, and I'm going to be painting the Christmas tree, just straight fern, and then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do some embellishments with paint to make this look 3D. Now I am taking Folk Arts chalk paint in Peacock and with a chippy brush, and I'm doing highlights with this paint just to make this truck look more 3D than flat. And I'm just kind of highlighting the spots where the light would hit the truck. Just going to get that all completely done. Now I've came back with Folk Art chalk paint, and I'm not sure what this color is. I think it's Irish. And I'm just using a little brush, and I'm just painting in the little highlights to make it look like the branches of this pine tree. And then once that is done, we're gonna go back in with the truck, and I am putting gray in for the bumper, and this is Persian gray from, I think it's Waverly chalk paint, and I'm doing the bumper and I'm doing the side rail and getting that all done, and then we're going to move on to the next section. painting the wheels with Folk Arts chalk paint in black, and I'm just getting those all painted, and then I will be doing the white for the center for the white walls. And these are fairly simple to do. I really love old trucks. I think that they are just so iconic. I'm now putting the silver over the gray to give it a little bit of a glimmer and make it look like an actual bumper on this truck and this side rail. Getting that all completely finished. Then I'm going to go to the white and do the white walls. I forgot I let the black dry first so that it wouldn't mix with the water or with the white. So once I get done with this front, now I'm doing the white, and this is Folk Arts Adirondack white that I am using on this. Now I'm taking bright yellow from Folk Arts multi-surface acrylic paint, and I painted that star, and now I'm taking 8 tumbling tower blocks, and I'm gluing them together with hot glue and wood glue, and I'm going to hook them on the back side of the wheels so that this will stand up. And then this project is almost finished because I've got to still do a little bit of embellishment on the front of this. So I took this plaster Waverly chalk paint, and I'm doing some highlights on this tree so that it looks more realistic. And then I'm going to add a little bit more detail on this truck with this same paint. And yeah, so that this will look more realistic. So I'm adding a little bit more highlights. I'm going to add so it really looks like an actual a truck, and not just a piece of wood that's cut like a truck. So I'm just putting that on there. And here's the final reveal, and I hope you guys like this. Now let's get just a little bit more information. So this is a gift away. It's worth a lot more than our last one. Our last one was worth $60. This one is worth a lot more. And all I ask that you do is you leave a comment in my video as well as everyone else's video. And what you're going to want to comment is which one of these items that I used that you would like to use, and how would you use that. Now put that in the comment, and then go to every single video and do the same thing. Now let's get into the next one. Alright, so this is an ornament and bells, and I decided to put them together. So I am tracing the bells on this ornament because I want to use wood glue, gluing this together so I get a really good bond. So I don't want to paint where the wood is going to be touching, where the wood glue is going to be. So here I'm using that plaster again, completely covering the ornament except for where the bell will be, and I'm doing the back as well. If it gets seen, I want it to look good. Okay, now I'm taking Waverly's chalk paint in crimson, and I am painting the bow red. Then I'm going to move on to the bottom of it once I get the outside of the bow done. Now I'm using Waverly's chalk paint in maize, and I painted the bells. I did the edges as well. Then I started to put some highlights and darkening, and I decided I didn't want to do that. So I moved on to the little bells in the bottom, and then I went back to the bow, and I started doing some shadows and then some lights so that it actually looks like a bow rather than just a flat piece of wood that's painted. So I'm going ahead and getting that all done. Then for the highlights, I added a little bit of white with the red, and I'm just using a stencil brush and putting all the highlights on this bow, and it will come to life. It will just boom, and it will just be there. This is the one thing about painting that I love the most, is when things finally start looking real and not so flat. So I'm just going ahead and I'm just adding all of these highlights in so that it looks awesome. And you can see it doesn't take a lot. It just takes a little bit of work on this to get it exactly where you want it. Now I'm covering the bells up with this gold, and then I'm going to mix a little brown into it and put the shadows, and then I'm going to add a little bit of white, and then I will do the highlights on this these two bells. Okay, now that I am finishing up the shadowing and the highlights, then we're going to set this aside to let it dry, and then we are going to work on that bell. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and use my ruler and put lines on it to look like shiplap. And then I'm going to hook the bells right onto the ornament. And but first I'm going to use a little bit of antiquing wax and just dry brush it on this ornament so that it doesn't look so stark and perfect. So I really like the way it ended up looking, and I hope you guys like this as well. So don't forget to go around and watch all the videos and comment on them, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give me a big old thumbs up and leave me a comment if you would like, as well as hit that notification bell as well. And here I am doing the maze again on the top of this, and I'm not sure if I put the gold on it or not. I cannot remember, but we'll see here in just a moment if I do. But then we're going to yes, I am. I'm putting the gold on top of it. Having the yellow underneath it, it doesn't look, it's quite translucent. So you can see the yellow underneath it, which makes it look gold. Now I'm going to put wood glue on this, and then hot glue, and secure the bells right onto this Christmas ornament. And then we're going to move on with a little bit more embellishments. Okay, I took some holly leaves and I trimmed them down. I'm putting 3 on there, and then a cluster of berries right in the center. Then I'm going to put a jute loop on the back and for a hanger, and I'm going to put a little bit of felt over it to kind of secures it. And then we're going to call this project finished, and then we're going to move on to the third and final project. And I hope you like this one. I sure do. I think it's just absolutely adorable. Now let's get to this last one. This is a little penguin. I drew I drew the actual penguin features on this little guy. Before I started, I took a piece of wood and I'm putting a tumbling tower block on the back of it so that this will sit right on it. And once I get this glued, I'm using wood glue and hot glue, and then I am going to paint the whole thing in that Waverly's plaster. Then I'm going to move that aside to dry, and I'm going to be painting this little penguin. I think penguins are just darling. So here we go. I'm going to use, this is Folk Arts Adirondack White, and I'm going to be painting the middle part white, the outside the Folk Art black, and then put the little features on this little penguin. So here we go. Okay, and I went ahead and painted the back of this little penguin, and now I'm putting Folk Arts multi-surface paint in orange on the feet, and then I'm going to use the multi-surface yellow on the nose. Actually, I'm putting the orange on the nose, and then I'll be using the yellow as a highlight. And then we just got a couple more things to do, and this little penguin will be as cute as a button, actually. I just love penguins. They're so cute. I'm using the back of my paintbrush to put the eyes. Now I'm putting the little highlight. Then I'm putting like a line right on where the beaks come together so that you can see the difference. Now I am gluing this little penguin to this board, and then this project is going to be pretty much done, other than I need to do a little bit of highlights on this. Actually, I decided to put snow text where the penguin was sitting so that it looks like it's standing in snow and ice. Then I'm gonna grab a brush, and I'm gonna dry brush some white around the outside of the penguin so that it looks nice and cold but cute as can be. Now I am putting highlights in his eye, and I hope you guys like these. I think they're just darling. Don't forget to call somebody and tell them you love them. Might be exactly what they need to hear today. Also, you guys have the most blessed week, and don't forget to be the Bible that somebody reads today. Bye.